Greeting for all of you. My name is Frankie Ola. I am from Department of Architecture at Majaya University, Yogyakarta. Today, I will present our result of our research with title Diffuse Shape and Materials as a Substitute for Indoor Sound Absorber. This study used the Catholic Church room where the sound quality for conversation and sound quality for music is very much needed. In church building, the impression of sound is sacred, great, and also calm. This building is currently under construction and acoustic consideration were only considered by the planners while in the middle of construction process so that consideration related to cost and also the carrying capacity of the structure that has been built are important. One of our ideas is how to maximize existing design material to get a good acoustic quality for both music and speech. The behavior of sound in the room is not only determined by the sound system quality, but also determined by the shape and materials in the room. So we try to utilize material in existing design that are also able to function as acoustic materials, especially as a diffuser materials, by modify the shape of the interiors and material arrangement. From this consideration of problem of the price of the sound absorbing materials, then the problem of building that are under construction, as well as the need for certain acoustic qualities, the purpose of our research is how we can utilize existing design materials by processing the shape and arrangement so that it can function as a diffuser material, and how is the level of improvement in sound quality in the room when compared by using dominant sound absorbing materials. The research method section is divided into four sections. First, we took data by observing the design drawing documents, then also conducting field survey as well as discussion and interview with the church building committee. Second, we use the simulation method using acoustic CATT software to see the acoustic quality of the model we are going to test. Our model is divided into three types. The first is an existing design model. Then there is a baseline design model that we use a dominant sound absorbing material. Then the third is a test model that we use the dominant shape and diffuser material, and some provision related to the condition and setting of the simulation can be seen in the description below. At the analysis stage, we use a comparative study. We compare the baseline model and the test model, where the value we compare are room acoustic parameters, such as sound intensity, reverberation time, sound transmission index, definition, sound clarity, and stereo impression, and sound warmth in the room. Conclusions are drawn into two stages. First, we're looking at the achievement of the test model on the acoustic parameter of the church room. Then the second, we are looking at the achievement of the test model against the baseline model. The first conclusion is used to see whether this sound diffusion technique can be used to improve the sound quality in the worship room. And then the second is a comparison with the baseline model to see if this technique can be used as substitute for the dominant use of sound absorbing materials in the room. The comparison of our simulation result into several groups. First is a comparison to compare the reverberation time value. The result shows that there is no significant change between the baseline model and the test model. The difference in value of 0.3 second only occur in this audience who is in the back row, especially in 1000 hertz frequency. This is assumed to occur because the form of space diffusion we use are likely to be more break up sound energy at the frequency of 1000 hertz. Overall, the use of materials and form in sound diffusion has a positive impact in improving the reverberation time when compared to existing design. The second comparison is on the sound quality of sentence and word pronunciation. Both models shows the value of the speech transmission index, which is still within the applicable standard parameters. But the definition value of word pronunciation of the baseline model still show much better result than the test model. The test models show a lower value than the reference parameter value, so it can be concluded that the use of sound diffusion technique is able to improve the quality of sentence, but does not provide significant improvement to the clarity of word pronunciation. On the sound quality of music, both of the baseline models and the test models shows result that meet the standard parameters for the audience sitting in the front area. However, for the audience sitting in the back area, the test models show better result compared to baseline model. This is indicate because the baseline model at the back wall and the ceiling in the rear area all use absorbent material, so that sound energy is absorbed more quickly. While in the test model, because it used a combination of absorbent material on the wall and diffusion material on the ceiling, it provides opportunity for reverberation sound last a little longer, giving the impression of lively music. In the last parameters related to stereo impression and sound warmth show that the test model give a better stereo impression and sound warmth than the baseline model. This is because the slightly higher reverberation time value has an effect on the base ratio value, while the use of materials that break down the sound energy on the walls of the room provide an opportunity for side reflection to occur, which give a stereo impression. These are some conclusions that we found in our research. First, the two models have the positive impact on improving the acoustic quality of the room when compared to the existing design. Both the dominant use of sound diffusion form and materials have a positive impact on the improving the speech transmission index value, but do not provide a significant improvement on the quality of word pronunciation. The dominant use of sound energy absorbing materials has a negative impact on the sound quality of music. Fourth, using a dominant diffuse material gives a good impact on the impression of space and sound warmth when compared to the dominant sound energy absorbing material. Lastly, to strengthen the sacred impression through the acoustic quality of a livelier and warmer space, the use of diffuse material is important in the acoustic design of the worship space. Here are some references that we use. That's all from us, and thank you for your time. Have a nice day.